Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily. On today's show we catch up with British climber Tom Livingstone as he talks about his amazing winter season in the Alps this year.
My name's Tom Livingstone. I'm a climber and alpine climber, and I'm based in North Wales in the UK, but I try and climb as much as I can. 2016 itself was a really good year, and I managed to climb a bunch of sport routes, trad routes and alpine routes that I'd wanted to do for a while. Everything seemed to come together. It sort of peaked, I suppose, this winter, so the 2016-17 winter. Had a good time in the Alps in August with some summer stuff like Divine Providence on Mont Blanc and the American Direct on Le Droux, and then went straight to Canada with Oostjen Hawthorne, and we climbed the House Anderson on Mount Alberta, which was an amazing route in the Rockies, really good climbing, and felt pretty out there. And then went to Patagonia for December and January, and that was pretty mixed. We had really bad weather in Torres del Paine and bad weather in Chaltén as well, so a lot of sitting around, bouldering, eating chocolate, eating dulce de leche. It was tough, but we got some good weather right at the end of our trip, and we managed to sort of end on a high and climb the Super Canaletta on Fitzroy, which was really cool. And then I went to Scotland, which was good. Some mixed weather there as well, but we had the Slovenian exchange over, so we had a bunch of Slovenian climbers who came over and tore it up. And then I went to Chamonix and climbed the Les Ures route, all three with Kim Ladidges, which was great fun. So the Les Ures route on the Droux is pretty famous and classic route. I think it was first climbed in the 50s by the Les Ures brothers, which is super impressive. And there's a bit of British history in there because Andy Parkin and I think Thierry Renaud first climbed the winter ascent shortly after in the 70s or something like that. So the Les Ures route's an amazing 900 metre mixed climb. There were some really bad dry conditions this year in the Alps, so we were kind of limited with what we wanted to do. It was a bit similar to last year, really. So we thought that the Les Ures option would be a safer option, and we were right. So we were lucky that we got good conditions on that, and it turned out to be a great 2-day adventure. We managed to free the entire route, which was really cool. I'm sort of pretty glad that we did that. I don't know if it's freed that much, but climbing was quite good on it. And we squeezed in a bivvy just below the Breche because it was really windy. We were hoping to continue all the way to the top of the Grand Droux in a day, but it was really windy and cold at the top, so we stopped just below the Breche. I think you can get a much more richer experience by going in winter into the mountains. I think you can get a full-on adventure, and it adds to the challenge by climbing in winter. I also really enjoy rock climbing in the summer, but I find that the draw of the mountains is much stronger for me, and I like to be pushing myself or enjoying the challenges. Mountains always look better in winter. They're sort of held together with snow and ice, and they're also easier to approach on skis. You try and manage the risk as best you can. It's all obviously relative. I would say I'm not nearly as risky as some other climbers I know who are doing things far more impressively than I am and far more riskier than I am. I think I'm relatively trying to manage the risk as best you can, but inherently you've got to accept that there's some risk. And there's certainly some part of it that you can enjoy and enjoy the fact that it's a risky pursuit. And I'm glad that there's some real element to it, but certainly I'm not seeking extra risk or anything like that. Over the next couple of months, I'm going to be going to Alaska with Ushton Hawthorne. We're going to be spending May and half of June out in the Denali range, and hopefully we won't be sitting in a tent for 6 weeks, but we will be alpine climbing. We'll have to see what happens. I'm certainly really pleased at how vibrant and strong the British alpine climbing scene is at the moment. There's a lot of really psyched climbers, some young climbers as well. There's certainly been some interest in the UK to try and create a sort of a young alpine mentorship program, perhaps something along those lines, which might be quite similar to the schemes that many other alpine countries have around the world. So perhaps we can see the British alpine climbing scene get even stronger. But yeah, I'm just really pleased to go climbing all the time and enjoy it.
Thanks, Tom. Always a pleasure to find out what you've been up to. Thanks for watching.